Thanks.
All right, Trampled by Turtles. Thank you. That was quite the hootenanny you just did there. This guy on fiddle's on fire. That was amazing. Trampled by Turtles. Thank you so much. Another song, I'm so glad that you did Widower's Heart also, because we got a nice little New York shout out there.
Yeah, very appropriate.
Yeah, very appropriate. So you said something like, New York, it's a rough place, but it's treated you well. Do you have a specific story about that?
Well, I think it would be more of a general summation of my experience in New York, you know? Do you disagree?
No, I think that's a great representation of New York. It is a tough place, but we do treat people nice.
Sure, yeah.
It's
I've always
true.
had a great time here.
So, have you ever lived here at any point?
No.
No, just met some real nice people. What makes it rough, do you think?
Have you been outside?
No, I usually just stay here in basements. That's where I feel most comfortable.
I think if you never leave the Ace Hotel, you might not notice, maybe. That may be a bigger question than I can answer, I think.
Yeah, no, that is a little tough. I also noticed that you had mentioned, please someone stop him if he walks out with this Martin guitar. And I know that, the beginnings of this band actually had kind of an interesting story that sort of stemmed from some stolen guitars.
Yeah.
Do you want to fill us in on that?
Sure, yeah. When this band started as a side project, pretty much the three of us, that's Eric, Dave, and I. Eric and I were playing in rock bands in our hometown, and we started this as just an acoustic thing to do on the side because we'd never done an acoustic band before. Eric was playing bass in a rock band, actually. And,
yeah, I invited myself to play mandolin with
right.
Dave, and
before you really knew how to do it.
Yeah, and he politely allowed me to.
Still here. And anyway, so this band started. Our other bands kind of slowly dissolved and broke up. And during the last show of my last band, we got done with the show and we were packing up, and there were several people helping us carry our stuff out to the car or whatever. And somebody walked out with my electric guitar and my amp. And at that point, I was just living on couches, and it wasn't really an option to buy a new one. So I had an acoustic guitar left, and then that.
So you were just basically like, well, I guess I'll just change genres now.
I've been forced to be here ever since.
And I understand one of you guys had like a heavy metal background and a jam band. Who's the heavy metal guy?
Well, I think Eric's probably a resident heavy metal, but maybe Ryan. Were you ever in a metal band?
Yeah, I used to play drums in a speed metal band.
Yeah.
That is
and
amazing.
I played bass in a Black Sabbath cover band.
Yes. Do you guys ever bust out any Sabbath? Bust a lead out or anything?
Before, yeah.
Oh, really?
I don't think recently enough for us to do it without rehearsing, probably.
No, that's what, I was just asking.
I could do it without rehearsing.
Oh, wow. Sabbath on demand. I like that. So congratulations on your new record, Stars and
Thank you.
Satellites. I was wondering, did you feel any crazy pressure to follow up Palomino, your last record? Because that record, it came out, went straight to the top, and then just parked itself there for over a year.
Well, it went to the top, but it was a lower top than what most people
lower top.
think of as the top.
I'm trying to hype you guys up here. I'm trying to make it seem like you're the
absolutely
king.
not. We just wanted to make the record that we wanted, and how we wanted, and when we wanted, and in all of those things we were successful. So there's really, we're pretty stress-free about it, I think, now.
That's great.
Yeah.
And so I understand that one of the things that you were concerned about with this new record is you wanted the record to be breathable.
Yeah, when I said that, I kind of meant having the record treated as one piece of work, instead of a collection of songs glued together somehow. The whole thing in our mind is one thing, and each piece has a little place in it. And it ebbs and flows and tempos change and all that, but I found that when switching out other songs or changing it around, it completely changed it. And then, so that's kind of what I meant by breathes, it's just this living thing, it's one thing.
Yeah, I can imagine that you guys probably spent a fair amount of time sequencing it because, or did you not? You were like, no, completely
No,
wrong.
not a ton.
No?
I mean, we only really spent 5 days recording it. You know, so.
Well, because I wanted to compliment you on the sequencing because, I mean, you do have those up-tempo jams and then you have like more mellow songs, but it flows so nicely together.
Thank you.
Yeah. When you're performing live, like these guys are known to be like a raucous band, right? So when you're performing live, are you trying to sort of stumble those fast tunes, you know, in with the mellow ones so you can breathe?
Oh yeah, for sure. We try to keep the pacing. Well, it's different everywhere. Live is such a different animal than recording a record. You know, when you're live, you play with off of the crowd, and there's a lot of give and take between the people in the room. So that has a lot of effect on the songs themselves, even if the set list is what it is. But we changed it up enough throughout the show, we think.
Yeah, and I understand that for the recording process, you sort of took a different approach as well.
Yeah, we set up in actually Tom, who's running our sound over here. Hi, Tom. He's also a fantastic studio engineer and producer, and we brought him and some of his great old gear up to this log home outside of our hometown of Duluth, Minnesota, and set up and moved in and moved the furniture out and moved us in and did a record.
And then was keep a note of how much time you guys took. It was like, okay, 5 days.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, we kind of lived it for that time. But
I love what you've done with this new record,
Thank
Stars
you.
and Stars and Satellites. Sorry, it just came out.
Did yeah.
And I'd love to get some more music from you guys. Would you guys oblige?
No, we gotta go. So.
Oh, they're not going anywhere. They are playing. Trampled by Turtles.
Thank you. Thanks. Sorry about that. It's awkward for me to be doing an interview in front of people. I hope I don't come off like an asshole.